G'day battlers, and today we're up against Barrage SF for some more Timeless Cup battles. And today we're kind of taking a little bit of more of a look at Ludicolo. I've always got Omastar in the front there, but we need to get him straight out because he does not want to see that Meganium. He's switching to Lapras as kind of a safe-ish swap. We don't really have a great answer for Meganium on this 3, so we shield out that Frenzy Plant, throw off this Ice Beam. Hope that he doesn't know that we have an Ice Beam, but we've battled before. He knows we've got Ice Beam anyway, so shields up. Didn't want to absolutely be annihilated, and because we don't have Surf, we're not in a fantastic spot up against this Sunny Castform. We're not in a great spot anyway, but at least with Surf we'd be able to apply some pressure. But he's able to tank that Ice Beam pretty well. Even if we got to another one, he'd still be able to tank it. So he's charged up a fair bit of energy. Gonna throw the Weather Ball. Doesn't quite finish us off, but we're gone. So now we're stuck with Omastar and Ludicolo. We're gonna bring in Omastar just because Omastar already has that bad matchup up against Meganium, which we don't really want to see. Throw the Ancient Power. We probably should have charged us some extra energy, but he actually shields up anyway, so all good on that front. Actually expecting this to be a Solar Beam, so shielding up, and it was the Solar Beam, so did catch that correctly. But now Meganium comes back in, we have to switch into Ludicolo, and we've got a Frenzy Plant coming straight for us. At least with the grass typing, it's only neutral damage, but it's really not all we want to see, and this Frenzy Plant's going to finish us off. And so this is GG's, just because we were way too weak to Meganium. Do not sleep on Meganium, guys. I did a little breakdown of the starter Pokemon, which you can click up there to watch that, or I'll also have it at the end of the video. And he brings in Kabutops, which is basically like sort of like Omastar, but Omastar's got that Mud Slap going, and Ancient Power just charges up so quickly with Mud Slap. I think it's actually Miller Time that introduced, or sort of got me thinking about Omanite, and it's definitely one to look out for. It's a little weak to too many things. Like, there's a lot of stuff that he has to run straight away from, which isn't great, but he's really good as an ice counter. And again, that Ancient Power charges up really quick. So now we have Dragonair vs Lapras in the lead matchup, which we do not want to see. So I tried to instant switch, wasn't able to do that, was tapping on some fast attacks, switching to Omanite, and he's actually staying in, which is definitely good for us. He throws the Surf, we tank it. It does do a fair amount of damage because we're pretty squishy, but this Ancient Power is also going to be really good up against Lapras. Super effective, does like 2/3 of Lapras's health. Just a really good spot. So we're going to shield up this Surf, I think, and then hope to be able to get to another Ancient Power, which we are able to do. So either Lapras is going to go down, or it's going to force the shield. So either way, looking good for us. And he decides to let Lapras go down. Doesn't matter, brings in Meganium, and he was lagging a little bit, so we did get like 2 Mud Slaps off. And then he attacks, let him get like 2 in, and we weren't able to get to that Ancient Power. No worries, I'm not sure if we would have been able to if there was no lag anyway. Just not really certain. But we bring back in Dragonair, who's going to have an alright time up against Meganium. We probably should have waited a little longer to throw this Aqua Tail, just in case we had like some better move. Should probably double move the Dragonair, although I'm a little hesitant to invest in case I want to instead go for a Purified Dragonair. And it's a 75k Stardust investment, which is a lot if you're going to switch up the Dragonair anyway. But brings in Drapion, so we bring in Ludicolo. Not a great matchup, but neither was Dragonair up against Drapion. So Ludicolo has a little bit of a better standing. Take that Crunch, which does do a fair amount of damage, and his next attack is probably just going to be an Aqua Tail, and we're going to have to shield it up anyway if we want to keep Ludicolo alive, unfortunately. But we throw the Ice Beam, burn that last shield. That is the downside of Ludicolo. It takes a very long time to charge up those attacks, and we shield up this probably just Aqua Tail, and it is a Crunch, but not in a great spot again. Really need to bring in some stuff that is a little more spammy, because I'm just not burning shields enough, I'm finding. So Ludicolo, while I really like Ludicolo, it does take a really long time to charge up his charge moves. Lapras takes a while. I mean, I don't have Surf, which would probably help, but we're trying out some Ghost types now. We've got Dusclops up against Lapras. Now, we do have Shadow Punch and Fire Punch. I wasn't sure what was the better move at the time, so first I threw Shadow Punch. Fire Punch is more energy efficient against Lapras, so should just stick with straight Fire Punches, which from here on I think I just use straight Fire Punches against the Lapras. We tank this first charge move, hoping it's just a Surf. It is a Skull Bash, which it isn't very effective, but it is going to make taking down Lapras that much harder, just because he gets that defense buff. So throw that first Fire Punch, doesn't do heaps of damage, and it might not be clear that Fire Punch is the better move there, but you do have to take into account that he has that defense boost now, so it's not just going to be the same as the Shadow Punch was first. Throwing another Fire Punch, and we're going to have to shield his next charge move, I think, so that we can keep our Dusclops alive, and he'll then have to either burn a shield or let his Lapras go down, and then we'll get switch advantage. So throwing the Shadow Punch just because we hoped that it was enough to finish him off. It actually burns the shield though, so definitely good for us that we, I mean, it's good for us that we burnt less energy, but it's not like we were going to get to another charge move anyway. We just let Dusclops go down, and now we threw away switch advantage, but now we actually have equal shields, which isn't great. Getting off a charge move before he goes down, so probably just a Surf, and it is just a Surf, so tank that, Whiscash can take it. Throw some extra Mud Slaps, and then throw a Mud Bomb. Just, we were a little worried that he was going to get to another Surf, just because Mud Slap doesn't do much damage at all. So just making sure that Lapras goes down. We've got a little bit of energy ready to go. Here's the Dragonair, so we're going to go for the Blizzard because we know that either he's going to have to burn his last shield and it'll be shieldless, or it happens to go through and Dragonair just gets deleted. He does decide to burn the shield. We should have instant switched. I was kind of hoping that maybe I could get to a Mud Bomb, but really should have just switched straight away. It gave Dragonair too much of a chance to charge up energy. And we shield up that first Aqua Tail, which we were thinking that it might be a Dragon Pulse, but it wasn't. It was an Aqua Tail. And here comes the money. Boom, Dragon Pulse. Does some massive damage up against Lapras, which you really didn't want to see, especially when we still have to take out another Pokemon. And then having to throw this Ice Beam just to take down the Dragon and get to the next Pokemon. Really not great. I should probably switch back to Surf. I'm not loving Ice Beam on Lapras. It just takes away that spam factor a little bit from Lapras. With Surf, you can kind of get that last bit of damage done a little more reliably. But anyway, we've got Dragonair up against Drapion here. We're going to have to get out pretty quickly just because Ice Fang is going to tear through us. Actually, I've just realised in this game, I think we are running Triple Dragon. So it isn't the best run for Triple Dragon. We really just wanted to stay in, maybe burn some shields, maybe, and then take out the Drapion, but it wasn't going to happen. So we bring in Kingdra to finish off the Drapion, gets off a charge move, and it is a crunch, so better shielding that than shielding Aqua Tail. Take down the Drapion before he gets another charge move off, and he brings in Meganium. So I think we're going to switch, we were trying to switch to take the Frenzy Plant, but wasn't successful there. Shield up for the Frenzy Plant. I think we would prefer to keep Kingdra alive for some reason, although, I mean, both ways, really, none of them have, or both Shelgon and Kingdra don't have good, I keep talking about spam ability, and I think that's just a really important thing to keep in mind. Pretty much always in every cup, you need to be able to apply some shield pressure. So with Pokemon that take a long time to get to their charge moves, a lot of the time they're only going to be able to get to one charge move in their entire lifetime on the battlefield. And this is an example of that. That Kingdra got to the one Hydro Pump, and that's all he's going to get to. He's not going to be able to get to a second Hydro Pump. Obviously Hydro Pump isn't the ideal charge move to have. You'd really want Outrage, a little quicker, but even just Outrage, it's just not quick enough to get to that you're going to get to more than one charge move. And then if you have 3 Pokemon that only have like one charge move that they're going to get to, you're only getting 3 charge moves off in the entire battle. So you really need some good spammy Pokemon to throw in there. So we've got Ludicolo versus Dustox here, which isn't a terrible matchup, but we did want to get out of there before we caught a Silverwind. So we switched into Dusclops, again, trying out that Dusclops. I'm not overwhelmed, but it's alright. Not very effective. Silverwind basically does nothing, and he brings in the Legacy Seeking. So this is it was a really fun one to see. Throwing the Shadow Punch, just thinking that Fire Punch, probably not the way to go against a Water type. And yeah, we're just going to be spamming Shadow Punches. I don't think we're going to shield up anything. Take whatever comes through. And it is Drill Run, which is, it's an interesting one. I don't think you're going to be seeing many Seekings in this cup. But, I mean, it's just fun to try stuff out. So throwing another Shadow Punch gets him into the red, and we are able to get to another Shadow Punch, so he's either going to have to, again, burn the shield or go down, giving us switch advantage, and he burns the shield, so that's alright for us. We were hoping to maybe get another Shadow Punch off, and because we were very close, and we do last minute decide to shield up. We're going to be able to Hex down the Seeking, I think, and then we'll be able to get a Fire Punch off onto whatever the next Pokemon is. Throwing it, and it is Dustox, which is what we're hoping for. Probably going to see a shield. We do see a shield, And so we've got 1 shield and switch advantage, which is pretty good for us. We're bringing Ludicolo because we did not want to bring in Haunter, because I don't know if you knew this, but Haunter doesn't actually really like confusion damage. So we brought in the Ludicolo. We had to burn the shield on that Silverwind. He has no shields left, so this Ice Beam is going to go through no matter what. Does a pretty good chunk against Dustox actually, and we're just hoping that this attack doesn't finish us off. Maybe we can get some more Razor Leafs in. It's just not great, but it was a Sludge Bomb, and that's just destruction. So in comes Haunter, hoping to be able to feint down, and actually really goes away pretty quick. I was pretty surprised by that. And he brings in the Venusaur. We're just going to throw this Shadow Punch. It's really good that we've got some energy going. So you really want the energy advantage for the Haunter vs Venusaur matchup. Getting a second Shadow Punch off. Almost missed some bubbles there, but was able to get them all in the end. Does some really good damage, and then should just be able to feint down with Shadow Claws before Venusaur can get that charge move off. So GG's, that's the last battle here, so thank you for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, especially that subscribe one, and I'll see you in the next one. And here is Graphic, so thank you to Militime for being super cool. Yeah, cheers. I'm gonna have this at the end of every video now, and now I'm gonna disappear, so